Hi, I'm George, the Weather Dad, to take a look at your next 7 days, and that's going to get us pretty darn close to Christmas. In fact, I will show you the Christmas Eve forecast, and the question is, are we going to see a white Christmas here in the Ohio Valley? It's not looking positive right now, but let's not rule it out quite yet. And I'll show you why here in just a second. Temperature-wise, well, here's on your Tuesday, and we're looking at temperatures not too bad, pretty close to normal, maybe even a little bit above normal right here in the Ohio Valley, certainly above normal. Once again, yellow reflects normal temperatures right here in the Ohio Valley. Our average high temperatures in the lower to middle 40s, and our nighttime lows into the middle to upper 20s. So it's definitely going to feel like winter across the area if we hit normal temperatures. So Tuesday doesn't look too bad, but notice the blues up to the north. Very, very cold across the northern part of our country. Now you notice starting to dip towards the south. There's even purple showing up well below normal up in Canada. This is pretty much an Arctic air mass, and it's going to push its way through. This is on Wednesday. You can kind of see the divide right now, right there, and that's the battle zone. That's the frontal system that's going to bring in that cold air. In fact, there's the L over Ohio right around midday on Wednesday. By Thursday, that cold air certainly settles in across the Great Lakes, Midwest, and even now penetrating the southeast, where you're going to see temperatures pretty close to normal there in around New Orleans. Now by Saturday, cold air, again, well entrenched across the area, still very, very cold, and even over the weekend, we're still seeing quite a bit of cold air across the area. There is a developing storm system off to the west, and that could produce some very interesting weather. Now, this is on Sunday. You can still see temperatures pretty cold across the area. So cold temperatures over the next 5 to 6 days certainly in place as far as any snow is concerned. The question is, are we going to get any precipitation? Now let's also now jump to Christmas Eve. Notice what's happening though. We're seeing a modification now in the temperature scheme of things. So temperatures are going to get a little close to normal. And remember, right here in the Ohio Valley, high temperature normals in the lower to middle 40s. So if we get closer to normal here on Christmas Eve, that does not bode well for a white Christmas. So that's the temperature scheme. Let's take a look at the precipitation. Here on Tuesday, fairly quiet across the Ohio Valley. You have that frontal system that's producing thunderstorms currently in the Ohio Valley here on Monday. Now you're starting to see some showers there in the Tennessee Valley. A lot of activity across the northern Rockies and up in the Pacific Northwest. By Wednesday, that system next that's going to bring in that cold air. Remember that battle zone we saw in the temperature scheme? Well, there it is. Heavy thunderstorms, potentially even some severe thunderstorms in the Ohio Valley, stretching across Tennessee Valley and into Texas. That's going to usher in some very, very cold air once again. That's on your Wednesday. By Thursday, that pushes out pretty quick. Here's a bit of energy up in the northern plains, up in the Great Lakes, and that's going to dive more into the east-southeast direction. So could that bring some snow to the Ohio Valley? Well, that's possible here on Friday and late Thursday, but I think most of the energy is going to stay up across northern Indiana and northern Ohio. The rest of us are going to dry out quite a bit there on your Friday. Now on Saturday, here comes another little bit of energy right around the Great Lakes area. That could produce a little bit of snow in the Ohio Valley, certainly around the Great Lakes area. To California and the West Coast, looks like you're going to get hit pretty hard there over the weekend. On Sunday, still pretty quiet. Now I'm going to point out that little bit of energy in the northern Rockies, producing some snow up in that area. Watch what happens here by Christmas Eve. It moves quickly towards the southeast into the Ohio Valley. So we have 1 out of 2 ingredients available for a white Christmas. We just need now some colder air to get in because the precipitation looks like will be around. This is for Christmas Eve. Now, as far as driving is concerned, looks like most of it at this point will be on the wet side. So no real snow except as you head up towards the northeast and around the Great Lakes area. But for the most part, traveling shouldn't be too bad, but we'll keep an eye on it for you as we work our way closer to Christmas. Now, remember, this is Christmas Eve, so what do we notice? Look along the west coast. Very heavy rainfall there for you. Snows in the higher elevations. You need the precipitation, and it looks like a lot of it's going to come on Christmas Eve. So there you have it. It's going to be cold over the next couple of days. Let's see if we can keep the cold air around for a white Christmas here in the Ohio Valley. I'm George, the Weather Dad.